Are the shades of Pemberley be dust polluted?
All of this.
I don't know! Just a girl looking for the pumpkin of her dreams. She found it! Yay!
Hello everybody, it's Sara. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my tea leaves readathon vlog. So as you saw from the little b-roll that there was before this intro, I started the readathon with a really nice trip to the countryside. For 3 days, my friend and I just went over and we drove all the way to the Eastern Townships, which is a region here in Quebec, and we just went to see all the beautiful fall colors, to pick apples and pick a pumpkin, and it was just so great. And during that trip I actually started my first book of the readathon, which is Bunny by Mona Awad. I have been meaning to read this kind of like horror comedy novel for a couple of years, I think, but I was always too afraid to read it because I don't really like horror. But I've started it. I'm like 100 or so pages into it, and so far I'm really enjoying it. I don't really know what's going on, but I'm enjoying it. In case you don't know, it's this kind of like dark academia novel, and we follow this main character who goes to this very prestigious university, and she's in their very intense literary program, and there is this group of women who call each other Bunny, and they're kind of like the elite group of women in her program. And our main character really despises them, but she's also strangely fascinated by them. And one day they invite her to this kind of little party that they're having, and then the story kind of just goes from there. And yeah, I'm 100 pages into it. I still don't really know what's going on. There are a lot of bunnies, like the actual rabbit, not the girls, in this story too, and they're doing weird stuff. So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. I had the first gory moment last night as I was reading, and I mean, it was kind of nasty, but it wasn't that bad, so I feel like I'm gonna be able to finish this book without having nightmares, hopefully, fingers crossed. Knock on wood. But yeah, that's the first book that I've started. I'm still not sure for which one of the prompts I'm going to be using this book for, but it definitely fits a couple of them, so that's completely fine. I still don't know what my entire TBR is going to look like. We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, I'm going to read the group book, which is A Lesson in Vengeance. But other than that, I have no idea. I'm just going to see where the week takes me. The 2 weeks. To read it on is 2 weeks long. I'm kind of feeling like rereading a favorite book, which I think would probably be really, really good for not only my mental health, but also for my reading motivation. So I don't know, maybe I'll pick up like one of my favorites and just reread it. But yeah, that's the first update of this vlog. If you're participating in the readathon, I really, really hope that you're having fun. So far, honestly, it's been great, like spending the weekend in the country and then just reading this book, which is honestly very funny, and the writing is quite good. So I feel like I'm really going to enjoy it once I finally figure out what the heck is going on. Or maybe that's the whole point, and I'll find that out as I go. Anyway, that's the first update. I'm gonna go and do other things now, so I'll see you later. It's me. It's Saturday today, which means that the 24-hour Tea Leaves readathon is about to begin. I'm so excited. But before I talk about what I'm going to be reading today, I just wanted to give you a little reading update, because I believe that the last time we spoke, I was reading Bunny by Mona Awad. Oh, I just realized I brought it back to the library, so I don't have it with me anymore. Bunny? I'll put the cover here somewhere. And I finished that, hence why I brought it back to the library. And I have to say, oh, somebody is trying to communicate with me. Not now. And I have to say, I feel very lukewarm about this book. I had heard from so many people that either you love it or you hate it, and I don't really have like too many feelings towards that book. I love certain aspects of it, mainly the satire of academic people that we see in this book, like students and professors. It was so hilarious. Like, that part I really, really loved. I thought it was so well done. It was completely ridiculous, but also kind of close to the truth, which was just, it made it very, very funny to me. As someone who did like a master's in literature, I could definitely see the resemblance, or like where Mona Awad was taking her inspiration from in all of those characters, and it was just hilarious. Like the way that they talked about the work and the craft and all of that, like it was so funny. That was definitely one of my favorite aspects of the book. But then the horror, it didn't really scare me. It didn't even like spook me a little bit, which I thought was kind of sad, which might sound very weird coming from me, because you all know how much I hate scary stuff. But like, I was expecting to have like a little bit of chills, or, you know, be a little bit spooked or whatever, and I wasn't. But you know, maybe my expectations were a little too high in that regard. Otherwise, like, the characters didn't completely capture my attention. The plot was fine, but it didn't like blow me away. It was a good book, but it's just definitely not one of my new favorites, and I was expecting to love it a little bit more, I think. But I'm very excited for the next book that I'm going to be reading for the readathon. I still don't know which prompt I'm going to associate with Bunny. I think it will depend of the other books that I'm going to read as well. But the book that I'm currently reading, I'm going to use for the prompt of reading a book with nature on the cover, and it's a little bit of a stretch. You'll see what I mean when I show you the book. But I'm just so excited to be reading this book right now, and I don't want to stop reading it, so we're going to pretend that it's a perfect fit. All right, we're just going to pretend together. And that book is Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. In case you don't know, this is one of my favorite books of all time. It is the inspiration for my channel name, as you might have guessed. And I decided to just pick this book up on a whim a couple of days ago because I really felt like rereading it and rereading especially the sequel, Muse of Nightmares, because I realized that I don't remember a lot about that book, but I really wanted to reread Strange the Dreamer first, and I am so happy that I decided to pick up this book to reread it, because honestly it has been one of the best decisions that I've made this year reading wise so far. I was really craving like a good fantasy book to put me back into the fantasy mood, and I just thought to myself, why don't I reread a favorite? And honestly, yeah, best decision ever. This book is so freaking good. I feel my fantasy mood coming back to me slowly as I'm reading this because I love it so much, and honestly, it's just the best feeling because I haven't been reading a lot of fantasy lately and I've been really missing it, and that's because I just wasn't necessarily like in the mood to read high fantasy. But now with this book I feel it coming back and I'm so excited. I'm on page 174 right now out of I think like over 500 pages. This book is massive. It's been a while since I've read such a big boy, but yeah, really enjoying it. Obviously, I love this book so much. So yeah, that is the reading update. It is now 11:47, so that means that the readathon starts in less than 15 minutes because we're starting at noon until noon tomorrow. And I think that the first thing that I'm going to do actually is not read, which might sound kind of counterproductive for a readathon, but I just really feel like eating my lunch and watching the Great Canadian Baking Show. So that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna make myself this like massive salad and just sit in front of my computer and eat that while I watch people make baked goods, because that's what I feel like doing. I've been watching this show this week and it has kind of become like an obsession. I finished season 1 yesterday and I'm very excited to start season 2. So I'm going to watch one episode, only one, because today is all about reading. It's going to be hard to stop at one, but I'm gonna try my best. Also, fun fact, when I started rereading this book earlier this week, I realized that I chose my channel name so well because Laszlo, Strange and I are the same person. It's kind of uncanny, honestly. Like, we have the same personality, and yeah, it just reminded me of how much I related to him the first time I read this book and how much it just felt like coming home reading this book and how much I love it. But anyway, I'm just rambling now. So yeah, I'm gonna go and make myself a massive salad and then watch people stress over their cakes. Talk to you later. Alright, so I'm almost done making my salad. Told you it was going to be massive. I have my croutons cooling off here, and it is, let me open the door so you can hear that. It is pouring rain outside. Oh my gosh. Ah, that's wonderful. Perfect weather for a readathon. Hello everybody, so it has been a couple of hours. It's just 7 minutes past 4, so I've made quite a bit of progress. I think that my goal for before supper is going to get to part 4, which is right here. So I have like this much left before I get to that part, which is going to be page 335. But I think I'm pretty much like halfway through the book at this point, and obviously still enjoying it because it's one of my favorite books of all time. Yeah, in case you've read the book, you know, like the two main characters have met, and it was so good, so good. I can't wait to read more about them, even if I already know everything that happens. I think it might be possible that I finish it in the next 24 hours, or at least maybe like tomorrow. Maybe I'll keep on going after the readathon is over, afternoon. But yeah, oh my god, I'm so happy I'm reading this book. Honestly, I know I keep on repeating myself, but I'm just so happy I'm reading it. Also, later today I'm going to try to complete the challenge to read by candlelight. I only have one candle and it's not like a tall candle, so I don't know if it'll work. But yeah, it's gonna get dark pretty soon, actually, at like 6 p.m. So I can test that out by then and ruin my eyesight forever. It's fine. I'm probably just gonna try to read like maybe like a page or a chapter, but I'm going to complete the challenge, damn it. And also maybe I'll watch a movie tonight. We're supposed to watch an autumnal movie. I'm thinking maybe Course Bride, but we'll have to wait and see. I don't know if I'm gonna do that tonight or another day. We'll see how it goes. Everybody, so it is the next day and the readathon is over. It's past noon and I wanted to let you all know that I finished Strange the Dreamer. I stayed up very late last night reading this book, so I only had around like 50 pages or so to read this morning, and I almost finished all of it during the reading sprints that we did on my channel. So then I only had like a couple of more pages and I was done. Obviously, this book is amazing, wonderful, 5 out of 5 stars. I love it so much. And I'm so excited to start Muse of Nightmares now. I'm definitely going to be reading that one this week as well, but I'm not going to count it for the readathon because it doesn't fit any of the prompts. So I'm also going to be starting A Lesson in Vengeance, which is the group book for the readathon, and I think it's also going to fit for the last prompt that I need to fulfill. I don't know if I'm going to be able to read another book, like a 4th book, because I'm going to be reading this one and Muse of Nightmares. So I don't know if that's going to be possible, but I will definitely be starting this one either today or tomorrow, and I will keep you updated. Hello everybody, it's Sunday, and I just realized while sitting down to film this outro that I completely forgot to update you during the second week of the readathon. I'm so sorry. Things have just been very busy lately. I actually had so many things going on that I almost did not finish A Lesson in Vengeance in time for the live show, but thankfully that did not happen. So yeah, I just wanted to wrap up this vlog and talk to you all about my thoughts on A Lesson in Vengeance, like I said. And we had the live show, so I will link it up here if you want to go and check it out and hear more of our thoughts. I'm not going to go into too many details. Overall, I enjoyed this book. I thought it was a solid, like, 3 stars read. The things that I loved the most about it were definitely the spooky, witchy vibes and also the dark academia aspects of it. The plot and the characters, not as much. I thought that some parts of them were a little bit messy or just not very convincing, and just I feel like there were so many things that this book was trying to explore that we didn't really dive into any of it very much. So yeah, those are pretty much my thoughts about this book. Great atmosphere, great witchy and dark academia vibes overall, and if you enjoyed those kind of stories, then I would definitely recommend checking this out. But yeah, if you participated in the readathon, let me know how you did, let me know what you read, all of the prompts that you completed, and I really hope, most importantly, that you had a lot of fun. As always, Mary, Sofia, Hilary, and I really love to host this event and to celebrate fall with all of you. Let me know what you all thought, and I hope that you enjoyed this vlog. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!